following video is a conversation between humans and angels where the host is an angel too. No, I did not stutter, and yes, I am serious. Hey. What's right, First Light? I am your host speaking, Anthony, and let the church say amen. Amen. Alrighty. Alrighty. And this is going to be an interesting one here. So I like answering questions, like the what would you ask God, or what would you like to ask Jesus? See, in fact, there's like 2,000 years worth of content there.
The Jinchuriki AAA of the First Light. Ability user, enlightenment, class, oracle. He can talk to angels, so now angels can talk to you.
Need an answer. And because my ability allows that to happen, I figured I might as well help. Alrighty, so we're actually going to do one here. This is just a post that I found where they talk about what would you like to ask God. Usually I go to Reddit for these kind of questions because they're always freaking hilarious, but this one has some pretty interesting stuff, so I figured I would start with this one. So I'll just start it here. What would you like to ask God? Let's just go down here and we'll just pick out all the question marks, but particularly this one here. What would you like to ask God? Isn't asking questions what prayer is. This is 100% true. So when it comes to prayer is nothing more than having an honest conversation with God. Key word being honest, because if you're lying, then he'll lie right back. but yeah, it has a lot to do with having a conversation and being able to ask questions. That is prayer. So if you hear me having conversations back and forth, that's exactly what prayer is. So that conversation back and forth is nothing more than prayer. And it looks a little differently because I'm not praying, but I don't have to pray. I can just talk. And that's exactly how that works. If we could ask God anything, what would we ask? Our family finally began to ask questions aloud. We asked about the people we have lost. Are they with you? That depends on who we're talking about. And what were you like as a kid? No comment. Could you teach me that water into wine miracle? No. When are you coming back? Pass. We'll just keep it going. But there are some questions down here I did want to talk about. Lord, why don't you seem to be around when I need help? Oh, that's a good one. Let's talk about that one. Alrighty, so we'll actually just switch it to this one here and let me see if that actually works. No, I'm sorry, this one. There we go. So let me see if I can slide this over. Would that help? Or does that not help? That doesn't help. Okay. Oh well, let's do this then. I can make it smaller. There we go. We can make it a little bit smaller. Yeah. Okay, we'll do it like that. I just want to make sure that it's okay on portrait because it seems to be okay on landscape, but yeah, on portrait it's a little bit harder to see. So I just want to make sure that everybody can see that. But the question is, Lord, why don't you seem to be around when I need help? Take it away. Why am I not around when they need help? Okay, well, I don't need to close my eyes for this one. So your definition of help and our definition of help is two different things. Amen. So when you are looking at help, okay, let me put it like this. So when you guys are humanity, when you're going through troubles and tribulations and the trials of life, you are basically going from X to Y. So let's say you're trying to get to Z, but you can only see from one dimension. So from X to Y. So you're just trying to go through here and you get to a roadblock. Well, this roadblock is what you need help with, right? And you're asking, why are we not helping in order for you to get around that roadblock? Well, the thing about that is that to us, we may not see that as a roadblock for you. We may believe that you can overcome it. So why would we help you with something that you can overcome yourself? Amen. And I would like to add, roadblocks are not bad inherently. They have nothing to do with being bad. Why do you guys think that roadblocks are a bad thing? Roadblocks are nothing more than a challenge made to you for a receipt that your ass can't cash. So if you want a roadblock to happen and you want a roadblock to go away, then you need what? Wow, he was going away while he was saying it. Yes, because I wanted you to talk about it too. How do you feel about roadblocks, seeing in fact you've had so many? Okay. Well, for me, when it comes to roadblocks, and when I think about it, because this really isn't a video that's really about them, because they're not the ones who go through the roadblocks. Correct. This is all about you. How do you feel about your roadblocks? I never look at roadblocks as being like, okay, where were you when I needed you in that particular roadblock? I always looked at roadblocks as just an opportunity to grow and to get around it. And it's just like me focusing, okay, maybe going this way, maybe going that way, maybe going straight through, maybe going over, so on and so forth. I never really blamed or asked for help in that way. Like, let me see, what's the best way I can say that? I can help. When you run into roadblocks, it's not that you ask for help. It's just that you know it's a roadblock for a reason. Generally, when they run into roadblocks, they don't think there's a reason for it. They just see it as a roadblock. Oh, I see what you're saying. Good point. Yeah. So anything that happens to me in my current life, I always see it as a reason behind it. It could be a pencil dropping on the floor and I'm like, okay, well, I'm being delayed for some reason. You know what I mean? So a roadblock is nothing more than something happening that is stopping me from going a particular path that I need not go. It's kind of like, all right, it's kind of like you're being veered into a certain path that you need to go. And if you look at roadblocks as a stopping point, then you will be worse off. The best way to look at it is you are being guided into the direction where you need to go. And if you keep coming back to that roadblock over and over and over again, then maybe you need to go through it. Amen. Good job. Alrighty, next question. Alrighty, so next question is, Lord, I feel as if I am at the end of my rope. How long will I dangle like this? When it comes to feeling like you're at the end of your rope, this is kind of an interesting one. This is a lot of the reasons why we're here. Because the end of the rope is something that you chose it to be. You chose it to be the end of the rope. And what's crazy is you actually chose the rope before you even came to this world. It's not like we threw you here and thrust you into a body. You choose this. So when you say that you've come to the end of the rope, I would disagree. I would say there is much rope as needed. You just need to realize that it exists. As long as you have the mindset that there is no rope, then there is no hope. Ooh, bars, amen. I would like to add too that when it comes to rope and dangling and being at the end of your rope, a lot of this is self-inflicted wounds. Amen. I would like to add, you do this to yourselves when you hang by your own rope. When you hurt yourself and then you wonder where the rest of your rope is. Well, if you don't tie it around a chandelier and look to do something bad with it, then you would have more rope. But every time that you have rope and you have extension, you tend to do things that slow down your progress. You cut the rope in half. You tie it in knots. You do things that wrap it around certain objects that it has no business being wrapped around. Maybe if you straighten the rope out, you'll realize you have exactly as much as you need. Oh, that was a good one. Yes, you thought I was going to leave you there, but I didn't. I came back. Amen. Who are you is the next question. I am whoever you want me to be. You? I am whoever you want me to be as well. But I go by Anthony, so let's just go with that. Alrighty. And are there any other questions that you want to ask on this? Let's see. Let's scroll down to see if there's any other questions. Everything same answer. Oh, this is a good one. What do you see in us that you were willing to become one of us and die for us? Take it away. Okay. What do you see in us that you are willing to come here and die for us? Well, I don't think you understand what you are. You are a piece of God, true, but you are a piece of the creations that God created as well. You are their memories. So, you guys and the world that you live in is nothing more than a piece of me. So, you are living in a world that is created by God, while you being pieces of God and entering God's world. So you're asking the question, why would you pick me? Why would you choose me? And why would you die for me? Well, I died for you because you are worth it. You are worthy. You are pieces of God. Now, why would you die for them?